video that kind of describes what I'm talking about.
Here's an amazing stat with Tony Gonzales, who's going to get into the Hall of Fame. Second most receptions in NFL history behind Jerry Rice. That is the craziest damn thing I've ever heard. And you didn't even play with great quarterbacks except Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Trent Green was pretty good.
And you couldn't catch anything the first year.
I couldn't.
You dropped 200 balls.
A lot of balls. A lot of balls. What you do? It's how you catch them all, though. It's the best thing that ever happened to me there.
It was?
It was.
Jason Whitlock's called you a borderline bust. He did.
He did.
And you got mad at him.
And I did. And that forces you to look at yourself in the mirror. And then you say to yourself, I can take this. I can go this direction or I can go that direction. I went that direction. It was the best thing. I'm telling you, it changed my life to have that type of year.
Really?
Where you lead the NFL and drop passes.
You did.
It changed my life. Seriously, I would not be sitting here if I'm so thankful that happened to me because I was good. I was always getting by on talent, and I probably would have played another 5, 6, 7 years if I would have just done okay. But when you go through those type of seasons,
you get ripped
and you get booed by the home crowd.
Oh,
you get
booed.
benched. Oh, you get benched in the middle of the game. They're like, "Come sit down, have a seat." You're like, "Oh my God, I can't. The way I've been doing it is not working. I better try something different. And it changed my life outside of football too. Which once I changed the inside, the out.
I love what Tony Gonzales says when he says, that's how you catch a ball, is by dropping it. I think, it reminds me of this really great analogy that I heard from a good friend of mine. And it was this guy sitting on a porch and he noticed a butterfly in a cocoon. And it was just a little bit open. And he saw it struggling to get out, but he was sitting there in amazement, ready to watch this butterfly emerge from the cocoon. And he's sitting there and just sees it struggling and struggling and struggling, and he feels bad for it. And it finally just stops. It's almost like it gave up, and the cocoon just stopped moving. And so he felt so bad that he ran inside. He grabbed a pair of scissors, and he came out and he just cut the rest of the cocoon open. And out falls this butterfly. And he noticed something that was a little off, though. He noticed that the body was really swollen and the wings were all shriveled up. And he thought it was odd, but he's like, that's all right. It's growing right now. So I'm just going to wait to see it develop its wings. Well, the thing that happened is that it ended up never finishing its growth. It ended up never growing wings, and its body stayed nice and swollen, and it was never able to fly. And what he realized is that it was the struggle to get out of the cocoon that actually forced the fluid from its body into the wings. That's actually what developed the wings. Excuse me. So many of us try to avoid the struggle. We try to avoid dropping passes. We try to avoid the growth zone. We try to avoid this discomfort, all the while forgetting one of the most important things. It's often our struggles that form our strengths.